Hello, it's Dawn here from Dawn's Inspirations. If you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please press the button and subscribe, and then you won't miss anything that's coming up and any good ideas and tutorials that I do. So yeah, press the subscribe button if you haven't already, and if you haven't found me on Facebook, go to Dawn's Inspirations and press like, and you'll see all what's happening in my crafty corner of Facebook. Today I thought we'd make this little mini, and this is made using the Pink Frog 15 by 42 cardstock. So it's just something different to a card. So I'm using those lovely stamps from Pink Frog with the new words that we've had out, and we open this up, and yes, you've guessed it, we've got a lovely Concertina Mini Album. It's that big I can't even get it all on screen, but this is a lovely little project to do. So it just means you can share some nice big photos. It's an alternative to a card as well, which is quite nice sometimes, and just something a little bit different. And the nice thing about it is the photo mats will take easily, right, that's 6 inches and that's 4 inches, so it will take your 6 by 4 photographs very easily. Okay, no problem at all. You could, the overall photo mat size is 5.5 by just under 6 inches, that big photo mat there. So you could cut down your 7 by 5 photographs as well. But I'm going to show you how I make the project. I'm going to do it in centimetres, okay, for this filming. As this is a free project, it'll be in centimetres. However, if you pop over to my website, dawnsinspirations.com, I'll leave the link below to the post, and I'll try and get the measurements done for you in inches as well. So, as I said, I'm using the Pink Frog 15 by 42 cardstock. You may have seen me on Create and Craft the other day with this cardstock making some cards. So I'm going to start off with a sheet of the black. If you go onto the website, the link is there. You'll see they do this size in lots of different colours, which is absolutely fantastic. So you can choose what you wish to do it in. So for the cover, we're actually going to cut this down to 41 by 15 to make life easier for ourselves. That's what it's all about. So I'm just going to the 41 measurement. So I'm going to cut off 1 centimetre. Okay, so that is going to be for our cover. And then you need a scoreboard. So I'm doing this project in centimetres, and I'll try and, as I say, get the inches up on my website page for you, because I know some of you like to work in inches. And we've got, so 15 by 41 now, and you're going to score this in at 20 centimetres on each end. So 20 centimetres, do a half turn, and 20 centimetres again. And then you know what I'm going to tell you to do. Just put my scoreboard down there. Is I'm going to get you to burnish, because we're doing construction. So we're going to get this all burnished. Okay, so that is our main cover. Alright, so I'm doing the black with the super smooth with the techniques. So that's the first bit. You're then going to need to cut some more black card. So I'm going to get my black, and this is going to be for your pages. Okay, so I'm going to get another sheet of the black card, and this time I need to cut one at 20 centimetres by 15 centimetres, and this is going to be for the top cover. I will show you where this is going to go. This is actually going to be the piece that goes on here, this top piece. So we got 20 centimetres by 15, and this time you need to score that at 18 centimetres. So you're going on the long side and you're going to do a score at 18 centimetres. Okay, and again you are going to burnish, and I like with these pieces to actually do it both ways because this is going to be the zigzag concertina. Okay, so you're going to get that, so you need that piece. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to cut 5 pieces that are 20 by 15. So I'm going to use one of them as the piece I've just used, and you're going to need 5 of these. Okay, and again you're going to score, but this time on these 5 you're going to score at 2 centimetres and 18 centimetres. Okay, and you're going to do that on all 5, and then you're going to fold both ways and burnish. And I'm not concerned at all because using the pink frog card, I know I've got quality. I know some of you in the US think you can't get pink frog. If you actually order through Create and Craft TV on the brand shop, you can get pink frog card actually delivered to you out there as well. So the next thing I need to do is to put some red liner tape on, and I've got the 9mm red liner tape this time. And what we're going to do is you're going to put a piece on either side of this. So if I find the end of my red liner tape, again I'm using the pink frog red liner tape because you get 30 meters on a roll rather than the usual 5, so you've got lots here for this project. So just get my scissors. Now I'm doing this on one page here for filming, but you're going to do it on all 5. Okay. Now there won't be the usual PDF for this project as it's a free project, but as I say, if you go over to my website, all the measurements will be there and you can copy and paste them and keep them. So I put the red liner tape on this side. I'm now going to turn it over and put the red liner tape on the opposite side. Okay, and by using the 9mm, I can put 2 side by side. I could use my EVA glue, no problem at all, but I thought for quickness I'm going to use red liner tape this morning. So pop that over onto there. Okay, that goes like that. So there's one, and if I bring in the others, there's 2, and I've got 3, and I've got 4, and I should have a 5th one. No, I haven't, so I need to do one more. So let me do that really quickly. It doesn't take any time at all. So 20 centimetres. And then I need to score. I'm going to leave that one to one side because I haven't burnished my red liner tape on there. I've just realised. So again, I'm going to do 2 and 18 centimetres. And fold both ways and give that a burnish. And again put red liner tape on alternate sides. So I like to go close up to the score line, not on the score line but as close as you possibly can, and then I go right near to the edge. So I might have a little bit of a gap in the middle, but that will be fine because the 12mm is just that bit too big, but 9mm I can get 2 of those. So on that side, so now I turn it over and I do exactly the same on this side. So on there, again onto there. Now with your red liner tape, a lot of you would have heard me say this in the past. When you look at your red liner tape, you can see that it's red. Okay, so if I bring that up to the camera, you can see that's red. If you burnish with your bone folder, I'll just go halfway up so you can actually see. Now can you see where I've burnished and where I haven't? By burnishing with your tool, your bone folder, what you're doing is you're pushing the fibres of the red liner tape into your paper. So it's going to help when sticking, firstly, and also the other thing it's going to do is going to make it easier when we come to lift the backing of the red liner tape, because it's not, this is now releasing the glue into the paper, so it's not on the backing of the tape. A lot of you will already know that. You'd have seen me on TV saying that, you'd have seen me here on YouTube on projects saying that, so it's something I always do. So I've got my 5 pages, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then I've got my last one here. I'm not going to put any tape on that one just yet. That's the one with just one fold. Okay, so we can start putting these together. Now, if you look at the project, it actually goes in the back of the book. But what I'm going to start with, I'm going to decorate the cover and I'm going to attach my pages afterwards. So let's bring the cover back in. Okay, I'm going to turn it over to the outside, and I've already inked and decorated up some of the cardstock, and I will give you the measurements of that. It will be over on the website, but I will give it to you. So mats for your front covers. So here I've got 2 that are identical, and these are 19 centimetres by 14 centimetres. Okay, so you've got 19 by 14. These just make really great gifts as well. I'm thinking of giving this one to my goddaughter for her birthday, so she can put some of her birthday pics of being with her friends. Okay, so I've stamped those lovely new words that we've got for the pink frog. There's more coming in the series, so keep watching the pink frog page because you will see some more coming up. And the nice thing about them is they all absolutely work together. So they work on their own, but they also work together. Now this little strip here is 3/4 of a centimetre by 14, and this one again is 19 centimetres by 14. So that's the size of the mats. If you wish to double mat, just go in the next size down if you wish. The choice is entirely yours. I'm keeping this one quite simple. You would have seen me with Nigel May on the telly when I did the 15 by 42 card show, sharing the project. It was there just on the set showing what else you can do with your 15 by 42 card, and he spotted it. So I didn't even have to say anything. He found it. So I'm going to bring these in now. So I've got a larger one for that side, and we're going to put a smaller one on this side because it's actually going to join here. So I'll tell you the measurements of that one. So this one is 19 by 14 centimetres. Okay. So we're putting the 19 by 14 centimetres on the left hand side, which is the front cover side. And then this one is 17 by 14 centimetres. Okay, and I'm going to put that over this side because I'm going to join everything in this middle here. So I'm going to move it over just a bit. So I've got that nice gap again all the way around. And then the last piece you'll need for your inside covers are here, and that's going to go on, let me find that piece. So you remember we got the piece with one score line that's got no glue on it at all. This is going to go onto here. Okay, so we're going to put a strip which is 1.5 centimetres by 14 centimetres. So that's going to go onto there. In fact, I haven't trimmed that down to 14. That was very silly of me, Dawn. That's because I was getting all the prep done ahead of time. So that will go onto there. I just like it when you have a bit of a black border or a coloured border all the way around. It just makes it look nice and finished off. And then this one is going on here, and this one again is 17 centimetres by 14 centimetres. Okay, so pop that one onto there. So this is what I'm classing as the mats for the covers are done. So I'm going to pop all that then to one side because they're done. And now we're going to be bringing in the pages to do. Okay, so if you look at your book, we've done that cover, we've done this cover, we've done this one here. So now we're going to start putting the rest together. So I'm going to start here at the back. So this will join onto my back page. Okay, so I need to get, in fact, let me ink some pages. I haven't done that with you yet. So let me just put my lid on my glue. Just want to wipe that in there. Now I have already cut the mats out for this. So let me move that to one side. I have gone ahead and cut the mats out for this. And you are going to need 10. You are going to need 10 of these that measure 15 centimetres by 14, and then you're also going to need 10 strips that measure 1.5 by 14. And what I've done is I've just inked the edge because you're going to put a photo in the middle, so you don't need to waste time doing nice pretty things if you're going to stick photos on them. So I just do what I call a swipe. So just get an ink pad, okay, and I just do a swipe. You haven't got to be too precious about it. I think sometimes when it looks a bit distressed, it looks quite nice. And I've just swiped. It's really quick, fast and easy. And this is what we need sometimes. These projects make great gifts. Okay, you can elaborate it on more if you wish. The nice thing as well is, if you're a crafter that makes and sells things on stalls for charity, again, these are super quick to put together. Okay, but I quite like that distressed look actually when that comes across. Even though I'm using super smooth, I just think it looks great. And what I normally do is, yes, you've got some on your glass craft mat, but this is when, if I'm doing a project, I will do the mop up with my super smooth, where you spritz with water and mop all that up and use that as a background technique. If I'm colouring in flowers, again, this is where I'd go in with just with my water brush, and I could be colouring in projects. So there's lots of ways you can save just wiping that up, but I'm just going to wipe it up for filming purposes because we want to move on. So you've got 10 of those, and we've got 5 of these. So we're going to make a start, and I've got to remember which one we're putting down first, just so I know. Yeah. So we're going to go with this one at the base. Okay. So I'll tell you what, let's make that one's a little bit wet still. So let's start off with the orange. So I'm going to put my orange on here. Now I'm using EVA glue, and you know with the Pink Frog EVA glue you don't have to use masses of it. Less is best, as they say, and by using it in these fine nozzle bottles it's super quick as well. Okay, so that's going to go on there. Okay, so I've got that border all the way around. I've got my red line of tape, so the next one that's going to stick to it is this one here. Okay, so what I'm going to do before I stick that down, in fact no, it's not going to be that one, Dawn, where are we? It's going to go yes, where are we? It is that way round. I'm doubting myself now. I'm doubting myself. So yeah, that's a zigzag, so that's going to go onto there. Yep. That's going to go onto there and join. Yes, so we're going to have glue on glue. So I need to put my orange on this side. I was doubting myself. I don't know. This is it. I make these things and then afterwards I think, how did I do it? What were the measurements? So I have to be really good and try and write things down as I'm doing them. See, I've got my little notebook with everything written down so I can share it with you, which is what it's all about. So that's going to go on there, and then I'm going to have an orange on this one. And you're just going to keep working through. I like to do this first and then join it to the book. You can put your pages in and then do it. The choice is yours. Okay, so I'm going to take the red line of tape off. You see how quick and easy that comes off with having burnished it. And we've got the glue on glue technique here, so it's going to be super duper strong. So join those two together, and you know what I'm going to tell you to do. Burnish, burnish, burnish. Okay, so that's your first two done, and then we're going to continue going on. So let's have blue next. Okay, but this is quite nice. This sort of swiping technique is really quite nice to do. That it just saves it saves time. It's a great way to actually use your ink pads. Sorry, I was coming off camera there. It's a great way to use your ink pads as well, which is cool. So yeah, it's just a bit of fun. And I've got this in mind, as I said, for my goddaughter, who's a teenage, so I thought this would be absolutely perfect for her. So we're going to get the next one, because that's going to join onto there. So this side needs to be blue as well. So that's going to go onto there. And that one onto there. This is what I call a nice sort of crafty afternoon project. This is, you know, when you've not got too much time, but you fancy being creative and making something from start to finish in an afternoon. This is what I like to do when I get a weekend off, something like this. So again, I've got that. I'm going to turn that over because they're going to go, like if you were dressmaking, you're going to go one on top of the other. So just take your time to line that up. Okay, and you know what I'm going to tell you to do. Burnish, burnish, burnish. So you can see how it's starting to come together. So now we need to decide the next colour. Let's have a bit of purple. I mean, you could make these and not put any of the mats in like I'm doing here. I think personally it just finishes them off, by having the mats on, especially if you're giving it as a gift. If you're going to fill it straight away with photos, you can play about with it a little bit more. Okay, so that one's going to join onto there. Where am I? That one going to join onto there. I'm doubting myself again. Where are we? No, that one's joining on there. It's tape on tape, Dawn, isn't it? So yeah, that one's going to join onto there. So now I'm thinking. Yes, it's going that way. That's it, it's going that way. So it's going to tape on tape. So tape in the middle and mirror each side. You will get into a system of this. Sorry about this. But a lot of my memory books, very addictive. I will warn you, you'll get into a system. That one's not quite straight, Dawn. You will get into a system, and when you do, you'll be rolling these out. That's the thing, sometimes I make these things and then it's a while till I film it, so then I forget. So that is going on there, and that's going to go on there. So off and off. Take that one off and off, and it's because you're going back to front, is why it, I'm just going to turn this way because I'm right-handed, and just making sure you line it up. I'm using my thumb here just to get on the edge of the card. And you know what I'm going to tell you, good burnishing goes a long way. So you can see how that's starting to come together. So we're getting there. Let's have a bit of pink next. Oh, get out of the way. But I've made this with the measurements for the spine to take this many pages. If you wanted to add more pages, quite easily, what you can do, because I know someone will ask, you can double up the pages and don't cut your base card down to 41 centimetres. Leave it at 42 and do a 2 centimetre spine. So you can make it thicker if you wish. The choice is going to be yours. Okay, so the options are there, which is fabulous. So that one's going to go onto there. See how we're going to and fro. So always remember to put your tape both in the middle and then build up, and then you should be fine. You could cover these with pattern papers. I'm using the Pink Frog Super Smooth, but if you wish to use pattern papers, you could quite easily do it with pattern papers. If you've got them, why not? If you're doing them for charity and things like that, great idea as well. Because even with pattern papers, you can still stamp a little camera on the top. There's lots of camera stamps out there, but watch this space is all I'm going to say. I'm not letting anything more than that away. So I will keep you posted. So that's going to go on to there, and again, nice good burnish. That's it. So you can see how that's starting to come together, and we've got the same on both sides. So I'm going to bring in my last piece, which was, where's my plain piece? There we go. That needs to come on to there, so those can go in here. So I should have put a piece of extra tape on there. In fact, I'm going to do that right now because I think the double tape really does help with this, keeping it all together. So I'm going to put doing this at a bit of a funny angle. I tried to be ahead and do as much as I could ahead, because you don't want to see me putting tape on all these pieces of black card. Okay, and giving that a burnish to get that pushed in. Okay, I've got one of these on here. I didn't actually need two for this one, but I might need it for the back. I will double check. So that one's going to go on there. I just love this colour, Salvage Patina. You may have seen me use it before. It's one of my favourite colours, I must say. It's my Dawn's Inspiration colours. So yeah, if you haven't found me before on YouTube, do remember to subscribe to the channel, because there's lots of free tutorials on there. I do some walkthrough tutorials of paid or online projects that I do. I do some technique videos, some card videos, scrapbooking videos. You'll see some scrap along videos from when it was lockdown and I was doing scrap along videos with my people, my ladies. I'm going to put that there because I'm going to put that extra strip. I could have had this one as a bigger one, but that's okay, because I can put the strip and then it mirrors it so it looks the same. So that can go onto there. So that gives that illusion that everything is matching up. And then take that tape off. Pick it up from the desk door and you'll find it easier. That's it. That one on there. Okay. And do just turn your project if you're more comfortable. I'm right-handed, so I prefer to do it this way round and then turn it back. And you do what you find most comfortable. So that's all the zigzags done, and I'm just going to go and just do an extra burnish at this stage before I pop it into the book, because it will all become clear. I think I need to do another couple of mats. I've missed out there. Okay, so that's that side, and I'm going to also do this side, because this is your construction. You'd have heard me say it before on the TV. When you're doing your construction, this is like the foundations of a house. If you've got it right, it looks absolutely amazing, but do just take that time to do that. So that is our concertina page done. So if you wanted to do double the amount of pages, you could, okay, but just make sure that spine is going to be big enough. And I'm going to bring this out onto here. This is going to join there. So actually I have missed a couple of mats, so let me cut myself a couple down. So I need a 15 by 14. So that's a 14, and that should be a 15. And I need a 1.5 by 14. See, I thought I was too organised, but I will put all the correct numbers on the instructions when I put them on the website. And in fact, as this is going on to here, I'm going to go on with the yellow. So I'm just going to bring my yellow one in, and I'm just going to do a swipe for this for quickness as we're filming. There we go. Nice and bright. And the last thing I will do is I will put that last camera on, because I think it's important to finish that off. Okay, I've got my black ink pad. I've gone with black because I've got the black cardstock, so I think it looks nicer inked in the black. Okay, making sure I've got it round the correct way. Yes, so on with that. Press that down. I should put it on one of my spongy mats, but beautifully stamped. I'll clean that up after I've filmed. So I'm going to stick this onto here. There we go. Didn't get my camera very straight there, did I? That was not very good, Dawn. Never mind. You will get the idea, and I know when you're doing them they're going to be absolutely perfect. I think with the black card from Pink Frog, this 15 by 42, it does make your projects pop. You know, they do stand out beautifully. So what I'd like to do is a couple of pieces of tape on here. So I've got that double tape again. Personally, because I think it just makes it stand up to the wear and tear of people looking at it. You don't want to make a project and it falls apart. I've been making mini albums for many years now and designing them, and some of my first ones are actually on my shelf just up above me, and they're just as good as the day that I made them, and that's what it's all about. So that one there, I'm just going to tuck those corners in, take the two off the back of here. And now this is where you just need to take your time. I'm going to turn this round because, as I said, I'm right-handed. Just take your time to get it all level. Okay. So if you line it up with your front cover, making sure this is all lined up together. So just take your time. And then drop that down, and then I'm going to lift that last page because this is where we need to do that extra burnishing to get that tape all nicely stuck. And I will just go over on the back as well. Lid on my glue. Always wipe your glue lid and put it on, and ink pad lid on. So there we go, that is your finished project, all done. So you've got that lovely concertina that comes out. I think it's even a bit big to get all on camera, but that is your finished concertina album made with the lovely 15 by 42 cardstock. It's just a fabulous little album. If I bring in the one I made for TV, you can see they're absolutely stunning. Great little gifts, not too thick to post either, but a lovely little project. I do hope you've enjoyed crafting along with me. I'm Dawn McPhee from Dawn's Inspirations. Please do have a go. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Go and press like on my Facebook page, and I'll leave the link below to my website where I will put all the written instructions or all the written measurements for you. Okay, and have fun creating your own. Bye for now.